Hey friends, welcome back to this bonus session, Niche or Not. Now, before you're starting a business and writing a business plan, there's one thing that's absolutely crucial for you to do, and that's to decide who your customer's going to be. So, in this session, we're going to look at a table of content, understanding your audience, know who to target, the types of niche, the narrower the better, why it matters. If you're a little fish, you can easily become lost in the big coaching ocean, areas of expertise to strengthen your offer, and life experience, so using your life skills and insider knowledge in your business. Now, I'm going to be upfront and honest. When I became a coach, I didn't choose a niche. I was 4 years into my business before I recognized that this is probably the most essential thing I should have done at the beginning, which is why I've added this as your bonus. So, who is your ideal customer? If you cast a wide net, you get as many fish as you want. But in reality, if you're a fisherman, you will know that you have to put back 50% of your fish because they're not big enough to be captured yet. You have to find a buyer for the remaining 50% that you take back to shore. And you'll probably find 10% of them aren't something that would sell, and you're probably left with 30 or 40% that you can do something with. Now, if you are a specialist fisherman, so let's say you're a crabber, then you get the bullseye every time because the only fish that you go out to get is a crab. Now, generalists focus on maximum numbers and they spread themselves really thin because they don't attract their ideal customer. And by narrowing your focus, you expand your market. You focus all your energy by being clear on who you are and who you are looking for. So you choose your customers, you're designing your business, so you're not reacting to business, so you're not jumping all over the place trying to impress different people, and you're attracting and supporting that customer with everything that you do. So all of your energy becomes focused and you have to use a lot less of it. Now, we want you, obviously we all want to dominate our market, but the marketplace for coaching is very competitive and you want to attract the customers you wish to serve, and you need to think about what skills do you have to get them from where they are now to where they want to be. Now, there are principally five different areas and possibly more for coaching. So your health and well-being, your wealth, your financial, your business, and your well-being. And there are lots of variations within that. And I'm sure you've played with lots of different titles since you became a coach, or if you're just becoming one, so explored lots. I just want to talk to you about the two I came up with. So the first one was executive coach. You want people to recognize that you're an expert coach in your field, you've got loads of experience in different sectors, and you're you haven't really narrowed it down any more than that. So if that's you, then I want you to think about, in those different sector experience you have, who was your ideal customer and what did you love about working with them? And could you combine several different backgrounds but narrow it down to a bespoke niche? So the more specific you are, the faster you can grow your business. Now, the second thing I became was a mindset coach. So it doesn't matter whether you're a mindset coach. I was a leadership mindset coach, but you could have one in healthcare, in wellness, in teams, business engineers, left brain people, right brain people, IT, HR, the list is endless. Change management, divorce, public sector. You just need to know the niche struggles well and what they want in life to serve them. So, whichever kind of mindset coach you are, you can see you could attract a massive audience. But if you were attracting all these different people who have very different backgrounds in life, you're not going to be articulating what they want in life in order to attract them. So let's talk about why it matters. So what I want you to do is almost just close your eyes for a moment and just think about who is your ideal tribe, and imagine they're on an island, and think about how many answers to this question can you think up really quickly. So what are their fears? What are their problems? What are their desires? Where are they stuck right now? What's keeping them up at night? And what's the most significant pain points that you can describe? And can you easily describe their life? Because this is how you're going to win this business. So then I want you to think about, where does your tribe want to be? What's on island B? You know, the island that they want to get to. Where do they want to go? And your job is to know that inside out. So in this example, for instance, we've got a plant manager. He's been promoted and promoted from the factory floor all the way up through the ranks, and now he's become the plant manager. But as the plant manager, he's feeling really incompetent. He's got a fear of what's happened. He's feeling isolated because he's not part of the team anymore. And imposter syndrome is really kicking in for him. And you've got to show him that you understand where he's at, probably because you experienced that somewhere in your career. And in his position, his island B that he wants to get to is he wants to learn really fast, he wants to be confident, and he wants to know that he's capable. And he really needs a coach to show up who understands him to be able to get him to that island B. So you can see from that description that if you can't describe where he's at the moment and where he wants to get to, you aren't going to attract him as a customer. So choosing your niche gives you that power. Then I want you to think about, what value do you deliver personally for this tribe that you're considering? So the way you can serve these people is about your expertise, what experience you have. Can you help people with self-awareness, with confidence, with public speaking? What did you learn that you know how to share with them step by step? Have you been the primary earner in your family? Have you had relationship difficulties? Have you had health issues? Have you had mental health issues? Have you had sector experience? Do you have experience talking about money? All these different areas that you've experienced. And when I went through mental fitness training, we had an exercise which gave me so much clarity, called the perfectly written novel life experience. And what that perfectly written novel is you take your own life and you divide it by 5. So whatever age you are, just divide it by 5, and that gives you your 1 to 8 years old, 8 to 16, 16 to 24, 24 to 32, and so on for your life. And then think about, what did you experience? What did you go through? What happened to you? What kind of relationships did you have? What kind of issues did you have to overcome? So really think about, what value can you deliver? What do you have lots of empathy for? What do you understand inside out that you can really describe those symptoms? And then how did you get from your island then on island A to island B where you are now? And then that enables you to really serve that customer with the transition they're looking for, which they're more than happy to pay for. So we've got our customer centric planning. So first of all, we've got our tribe, deciding what's our tribe, really articulating whether we know what the challenges that tribe is facing, and then what is the value we can deliver. And then that gives us, in the center of those 3 circles, the sweet spot in the middle. So that if we center in, if we cast our net just in that center part, that's when we're really going to be recognized as the expert for that area. And we can grow much quicker from that place. So once we can understand and articulate island A, island B, and what our skills and specialities are to um, bring that to the force, then that's why choosing a niche changes everything. And we've got to really remember at this point that people don't hire a coach for coaching. They hire a coach for the outcome that a coach can help them bring. So then I want you to kind of do an exercise if you're thinking you might choose a niche, and that is, are you ready? Do you have the necessary skills, knowledge, and experience needed to help people, your tribe, deliver these results right now? And if the answer is yes, then go for it. Conduct a competitor analysis and market research before finally deciding on your niche. Define your business goals around that niche really clearly. Knowing the target audience of your choice is really going to make a difference. Have evidence and references in each component of your plan. So, what I mean by that is, have you got the client reviews? Can you ask for them? That's going to really back up that you can deliver this transformation that people want. And can you and will you be able to continually change and articulate island A and island B in detail, coherently and realistically? And when you're designing your elevator pitch, will you be able to put it together and talk about it eloquently? So, if you were on the fence about whether choosing a niche has a benefit, this is what I would conclude for you. At the beginning, and sometimes in the middle, and at the end of our coaching business, when you start as a coach, you're in chaos. I'm a coach and I can help anyone. And actually, that means that you're not helping someone really well. What happens when you choose? Well, when you choose a niche, you bring clarity and you support a specific tribe. You're able to say, I have experience with X customers, which builds your credibility. You then create a history of serving X tribe, which means that you can command higher prices, you can build a reputation, and people refer clients to you. You will often see, if you're on the Kick-Ass coaching group, that someone will put a request for a coach and other people will come on and they'll say, that's Sam's bag, that's Steve's bag. And they do that because that person has a reputation for serving that unique niche of customers. And that's why choosing a niche makes all the difference. And from there, marketing becomes possible. Finally, the most crucial benefit of a niche that I have realized is that you are not throwing a net into the 30 million Facebook viewers and hoping something will land. You are speaking to your tribe and they come to you. They're attracted because because to you because your message is speaking directly to them as if you were sat in front of them having the conversation, and they can see that you can make a difference and you can help, and that's where you want to get to. Now, if you still think that not having a niche is worthwhile, let me tell you about Instagram and building followers. So I worked with a marketing specialist who said, Katie, what kind of coach are you? And I said, well, I'm a career coach because I work for a career coaching company as an operations director, and I'm a mindset coach because I'm really fascinated with how the mind works, and I've done a lot of work around helping people change things. And so I'm all of these things. And so they said, well, what you're doing is every time you post for the career people, you've got 10 more followers. Every time you stop and you start about fear, you lose 10 followers and you gain 10 new followers. So you're basically standing still because you're casting your net so wide that you're turning people on and turning people off. And a confused mind says no. So that's why your clients aren't, you're not building that followers, that group of followers that are really your tribe. So have a think about it. If choosing a niche is right for you, I'd love it if you drop me an email to let me know your thoughts from this. And thank you for joining me. My name again is Katie Bowen. I am a CPCC PCC coach. I help certification clients, and I'm a business mentor for coaches. I run a company called UK Coach Training, and I hope our paths will cross again in the future. Thanks for being here.